All right, well, welcome to the TWC Leadership Channel, man. If you're watching with us right now, we're so excited that you're here. Justin is in Atlanta on a business trip, and so he asked me to step in. This week, we're going to be talking about clarifying the win. Clarify the win. When I was 14 years old, I played basketball against my dad, and he made a bet with me. He said, if you beat me before I'm 40 years old, then I'll give you $10, which wasn't a big deal. But here's the deal. It's like, if you knew my dad, he can play basketball. So to beat him before he was 40 when I was 13 or 14 years old was a big deal. And that year I played him every single day until his birthday. And I remember the day before his birthday, I'm like, we're playing basketball. And I played him maybe 10 times that day. And all I had to do was beat my dad before he turned 40. It was easy to clarify the win. We clarified the win, and it was easy. I just had to do it. And if you're wondering, yes, I did it. It was a big deal. I beat him, and I jumped on his back, and he was not happy. He was like, he was pretty bummed out. But here's the deal. We clarified the win. We got specific, and it was easy. When it comes to sports, it's really, really easy to clarify the win. You just keep score. You just keep score. That's it. You know if you win or lose because you keep score. But when it comes to being or leading a ministry, sometimes it can be really, really hard to clarify the win or to define the win, right? If you're looking and you're like, I'm a greeter, I'm a helper, I greet on Sundays, and I know I want people to be happy, and I know I want them to be excited to be here, and maybe I should smile. Those are some things that maybe you're coming up with, but you might not know exactly what the win is for being a greeter. And so let me make it simple. Clarifying the win is this: communicating to your team what really matters. This is what clarifying the win means. It's just communicating to your team what really matters. Why is this so important? Man, I am so glad that you asked that question. When you don't clarify the win for your team, they will clarify it for themselves. When you don't clarify the win for the team, they will clarify it for themselves. You'll end up having people doing lots of different things. They'll be bouncing around. It might be good things. They might be, if it was a greeter team, they might be smiling, they might be opening the door. There might be, but they're all doing lots of different things. And you want your team on the same page. You want them doing the same thing. You want them knowing what it is to have a win. And when you clarify the win, when you define the win for them, then they can move in the same direction. And when you clarify the win, it creates potential for positive momentum. It creates potential for positive momentum. Why is that? Here's the reason. Because when everyone is on the same page, working on the same things, it creates synergy in the same direction. Creates synergy in the same direction. Clarifying the win is maybe one of the most important things you could do as a leader of your teams. It is absolutely huge and paramount because everyone on your team understands what the win is and they understand what they need to do. Next week, join us because we're gonna talk about 4 steps to clarify that win. Okay.